I'm pretty sure every single one of us love finding a good artifact and relic. I think the only thing that tops finding a good artifact and relic is finding a spot where you just have a gut feeling they're going to be, and then proving yourself right. I found a little pile of dirt on the edge of a field that had been moved maybe a few years ago, and I suspected that it had some artifacts in it. I got permission to sift that thing, and I was right. Check this out. All right, well, here is the pile of dirt. I don't know if you remember it, but that's it. And lots of, flaking. Right there's some we piled from the other day. Lots of flaking in there. I went ahead, I'm using an old busted up trout screen. That's what I'm going to be sifting with. And I ran a couple shovel loads of dirt. I already got a little hit. And there's the first artifact. A little piece of pottery. So that's a good sign. I'll get back to it and show you when something else pops up. All right, a little ways in, we may have our first point. What do you think? Let's take a closer look at that. Ooh, that feels uni-faced if it is one. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's worked on that side for sure. See the beveling there? This back part is snapped off, but you can see a little bit of a shoulder there. This side is completely flat. So this has been a little uni-face point. Maybe looks like maybe it was a Mora mountain or something. That's kind of cool. Using whatever they could get their hands on. We'll take it. That's a win. Fact, but it is an interesting little rock. You guys ever find this stuff? I don't know what to call it other than graphite, but check this out. The rock writes. I mean, all day long. It's like a pencil. I guess it's graphite. It's a weird one though. This place really has pretty interesting topography. I don't know if you can hear the creek. There's a big creek running just beyond that barbed wire fence right there. But if you look right in here, all of these low areas below this tree line, that's all ancient creek bed. And the place that I'm digging on here is kind of up on a little plateau. As you can see, this plateau just kind of drops off. All the way down through there. So ancient There's the creek, but it used to run right in here years and years ago. Very interesting. You can see why this would be a great location for a camp up here. All right, it's been a little bit, but I just got a nice little scraper. Look at that. Kind of that rose quartz. You'll see it when it gets washed up. It's kind of an orange color. But that's what that looks like for sure, scraper. Pretty cool. All right, very next scoop. Looks like the base of a Dalton. Not a Dalton. What is that? Mora Mountain. Crude guy. Maybe just a big blade, but it looked like they were trying to put some shoulders on it. We'll take it. All right. That's an official point there. Let's look at that beauty. Another Mora Mountain. I knew there had to be one or two good ones in here. Ain't nothing like the feeling of being the first one to hold one of these things in so long. That never gets old. Let's give it a rub on the old belly here. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. Oop, and I dropped it. All right, so here's the collection so far. 3 pieces of pottery, 3 points, and a scraper. And a bunch of other miscellaneous. And that much dirt moved. Ask me if it's worth it. Absolutely. Do you see it? It's a whopper. Ooh, right there. I didn't see it till the very last. Look at that blade. Wow. That's a nice one there. Too bad it's broke. That's a great artifact. Something about seeing the sun shine through that quartz. I like it, and I think everybody else likes it too. There we go. All right. We're on them now. All right, day number 2. It kind of got dry on me for the last little bit when I was here last time. Just stopped pulling even flakes out the deeper I went in this pile, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe just how the pile landed, but I'm not going to give up till we get all of it sifted, because there could be something good laying in there. So we're going to get back on it. Holy cow. Oh man, 15 seconds ago. That's when I just filmed last. Look at this. Oh man, I think it's flint. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that point. Oh my gosh. That's the prettiest one I've found all year. Whoa. Oh man. Oh, let me clean this thing up so you guys can see it better. Oh, that one gave me the shakes right there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that point. I don't even know what to call that one. I've I've not found one with that kind of a base before. Look at the ear on that thing. That ear's not broke off, I don't believe. That's just the way that it's worked. Oh, wow. That's why I love flint. Look at the every strike. Every single one is left right there in that stone. If you were to go to a museum and look at a painting and get real close to it, you could see every individual brushstroke, and that's exactly what you're looking at right there with this piece from thousands of years ago. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful point. All right, I've got a little piece of pottery, a little bit bigger than anything else I found. Still haven't seen any design popping through on any of this pottery. I'll have to clean that one off a little better, but usually the pottery I find has got some sort of etching on it, but not seeing it on this stuff. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. The deeper I'm getting down in there, I like what I'm seeing. There's the design on the pottery. Nice big chunk right there. Good to see the artifacts down in fact, what is that? Okay, just saw that edge poking up there. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Signs are looking good. Well, I turned the camera off a little quick because 4 pieces of pottery came out of that one screen. There was the big one I showed you, and I got my brush out, but look at that. Boy, talk about brush strokes. That's it for sure right there. I love pottery. So 4 pieces out of that last screen. It's getting richer the deeper I go. That's a good sign. I didn't even make this didn't even make it to the screen. Oh, look what just flipped out. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me flip this around. I'm not even sure what you're seeing. Whew, boy. Look at that smoker. Oh, wow. Golly. I knew that pile had stuff in it, but I didn't expect all this. Golly, what a point. Whew. Okay. I'm too fat to be getting that excited. I need to calm down. Got another point. Well, what have I got? I don't know. Maybe just a scraper. Absolutely beveled and worked. Maybe just a scraper on that one. I'll take it though. Trying to think. Yeah, it's got a curve to it there. Just a scraper, but that's a good one. Very cool. All right. Oh, I got a weird one here for you guys. I have no idea what to make of that. It's quartz, but as smooth as a baby's butt. I do not think for 1 second That's a river stone. I've never seen anything like that. What in the world would they have been doing with that? That's very interesting. I hate that it's broken. Gosh, I hate that. What the heck would that have been? Some of you guys that find artifacts are gonna have to let me know. Nobody will ever convince me that that is just a creek stone, because I have been in these creeks most of my life and I have never found a piece of quartz like that. Wow. Just to reinforce what I'm saying, that's a piece of quartz. Now, that is what I commonly would find in a creek. And yeah, it's smooth and round, but it is not perfectly round. And I just think in the context I'm digging, that stone is not natural occurring. All right, I just got a little blade out of here. I don't recognize any sort of pattern, so that's what we're going to call it, a blade. Well, I gotta tell you, I expected to find some artifacts in that pile on day 2, but not that. That shocked me pleasantly. That's probably the prettiest flint point I've ever found. And that's a dandy too. And I'd love to know what that is. I really would. It is so smooth, you can't imagine. It's like a marble on the outside. And some great pottery with design. A few more little blades. And some pottery without design. Good day. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to try to identify this little booger, since I hadn't found one like it that I can recall anyway. But it's a pretty common point, widespread across the eastern U.S. But it's called a Kirk corner notch point, or projectile point. And corner notching, because if you can imagine this point coming all the way down to here, and then straight across, so it makes kind of like a big triangle. And then the napper went from this corner and notched this groove up, notched these ears onto this thing, and did the same thing on this side, although I now believe that ear snapped off. It wasn't made that way. It snapped off and lost its little ear. Kirk corner notch. Cool find. All right, guys, so end of day 2. We're down that far into the pile. And again, I got into a dry spell towards the end. But that's what happened the first day, and when I came back today, you saw what happened. So there still may be more in there, and we're going to keep going as I get time. But that'll be the end of the video for now. I did want to say one thing though. All of the points and everything that I found are going to the landowner. Now, there are places that I hunt that I wouldn't do that. There are places where, you know, somebody owns the land, but people can get out there and artifact hunt, and the landowner just not that interested in the history. That's not the case here at all. This landowner is well aware that the land was inhabited by Native Americans, and since a boy, he's been out here looking too. I want you to check out one of the things that he found when he was much, much younger, and it's been in his possession ever since. When you have people that love the land and appreciate the artifacts, well, you got to ask yourself a question. Do you love history, or do you love possessions? I love history. Sometimes that means the best thing for that piece is to not be with you. The best thing for these artifacts are to stay right here, because that's where their story's told and they belong with him. And that's just the way that it rolls sometimes.